get started right now. All right, you guys. So, welcome back to another episode of Moon Knight, episode 5. Last week's episode 4, we had a really cool Indiana Jones style episode where we went on this little Egyptian adventure into a tomb, and going through the tomb, we had to locate the tomb of the avatar for the goddess, who turns out to be Alexander the Great. So as they discover this, our villain shows up, shoots Mark, and Mark apparently dies or falls back into a very small, shallow stream of water. And then he starts to descend into some deeper water. And as he descends into some deeper, darker water, we then wake up in this mental hospital, and we're seeing all of the characters that we've seen throughout the first 3 episodes. Mark's boss, the security guards, the fake police that came and picked up Mark. We're seeing all of these characters, and they're in this mental hospital, including Layla is also there. And we are then confronted by the doctor, who is, of course, Arthur Hero. And Arthur Hero is trying to break down Mark psychologically. And in doing so, Mark kind of looks around the office and kind of realizes that everything that he's seemingly experienced, there's some kind of reference to it in the doctor's office. Budapest, the Egyptian artifacts that are all around the office. There's a videotape of a movie that they've been watching, which centers around an Egyptian adventure. So it seems that Mark has kind of conjured all of this up in his head, and this is nothing more than some kind of psychological thing that Mark has created in his head. So that's basically where we're at this particular point. There are some strange things that are happening in the hospital. Of course, he finds Stephen in a sarcophagus, and the two are able to exist in this hospital, which is obviously impossible. So it doesn't seem as if this hospital is real at this point. We don't know what is particularly real, what is in Mark's mind. He could still be in the hospital, but he's imagining Stephen being there with him, and he's also imagining the sarcophagus. So really good episode last week. I really enjoyed it a lot. And then, of course, there was a third sarcophagus that was really banging hard for someone to get out, which I assume is this third personality. We haven't actually officially met, but we may have seen in action. So we'll see if that third personality is revealed here in this 5th episode. Third personality could be Jake, who in the comic books is a alter ego of Mark Spector, more of a streetwise cab driver alter ego. There are some other theories that it could be Kanju, who is this third personality that's going around and doing all the killing. That could also be a possibility. We'll see if that third personality is revealed. We'll find out what is real. Is the hospital real, or is what we've been seeing for the previous 3 episodes, is any of that real, guys? So let's get into this episode and find out what they're going to reveal to us in this 5th, second to last episode for a really good series, which is Moon Knight. All right, so this next episode is Asylum. So that's telling us a lot. 50 minutes. Every single one of these episodes have been about 50 minutes, somewhere around there. So really lengthy episodes. I think we're getting like a 6-hour movie basically with this series, which is really cool, guys. So again, let's go ahead and check out this episode, which again is Asylum. What?
Calm down, Mark.
Whoa.
Mark, I didn't shoot you. Your mind is violently vacillating between sense and nonsense.
Wow.
Picture this, all right? Your brain.
And now he's even more beat up. Why is he so beat up?
Difficult reality that you are my baby. You're not a doctor. I feel real. I feel like a real doctor. Well, before you got upset, you were talking to me about a boy. Do you remember that boy?
The boy.
You think you could tell me about that little boy?
And who's the boy? Him? We're gonna experience his origin.
Hey, thank you. I mean, they were spending a lot of money in this place. You're really good. I tell you what, I feel like $1 million. It never felt so good. I want to see myself out there. Just stop that. Be gentle with him. Be gentle with him. Listen,
Man.
oh, man.
This will really bake your noodle, but I think you're just taking a little time out. I'm afraid you're actually quite dead.
What?
She said he was dead.
I'm dead. We're dead? Yes. Yes, Mom. I think she's right. I think we died.
Why does an Egyptian goddess have a British accent?
Gentle travelers, to the realm of the Jewat.
Jewat, the Egyptian underworld.
Surprised how many intersectional planes of untethered consciousness exist.
Yeah.
Like the ancestral plane. Oh, just gorgeous.
Oh, she mentioned the ancestral
And you actually
plane.
have cards for all this. You just wait. And
Right through these doors, for example, we go through here. There's going to be a bunch of patients, and there's Crawley, probably about to yell at me.
Yeah, okay. They're on a ship, and the theory was that they were on a ship when the hallway and the psych ward were rocking and the lamps were moving. You heard the same creaking of the boat.
Where did you say we're going?
Oh, took their hearts.
I don't know about you, but my memories are a freaking mess. Yeah, mine too.
So he's looking at all of his memories, the sky.
Whoa. That's wild. What? What's this? What are we gonna do here? We're gonna revisit every single memory I've ever had? Just a creepy cat filled with dead bodies.
Oh, man.
No prizes. Guessing whose room this is. Yours. Funny.
That's not his room. Who's the boy in the wheelchair?
Mark, why is there a child in a room filled with people that you've killed? Don't go near him. Come on, now. Mom?
And that was Mark.
be nice to your little brother.
I have a brother.
I'm not hungry. Want to go to the cave?
We'll eat later.
Boys, go down too long.
Hey, Mark. What do? Keep an eye on your brother, okay?
Uh-oh.
Wild
Later's Gators. That's what he always says to his mom on the phone. That's what Steven says to his mom on the phone.
Dr. Grant, I sure do, Russell.
Oh,
You like danger.
it's a movie. Yeah, it's the movie.
Not when it's raining.
Oh, Bird Bones, Conchu.
Don't do any better! You always want to break your bones! Get up the hell here! It's just a memory.
Okay, yeah, his brother died.
Steven.
I walked my brother over.
What was his brother's name? His brother's name was Stephen? No.
What are you doing here? Hmm?
Come on, buddy.
You were supposed to keep him safe.
Stephen, let's go.
Let him drown. This is all your fault. This is all your fault.
Candles now.
Oh, she never came to any of the birthdays.
She's not coming.
Without your favorite cake.
Yeah, she never came to any of the birthdays. Or if she did, she was mean to him.
You were always jealous of him. Ever since he was born. Should have known you would do something like this.
What are you doing? What happened to that room, Bob? All right. She will get help. And we will fix this. You're supposed to fix this. I mean, why haven't you? Come on. I cannot lose my son. Please.
Should have seen it.
Oh, okay. Now we're the night where everyone was murdered, where Layla's father was murdered, and where he was murdered.
Doctor Foley, Layla's dad. What happened to you?
What a waste.
Huh?
I feel the pain inside of you.
His origin.
Do you want death? Or do you want life? Your mind, I feel it. Fractured. Broken. Most fascinating. You are a worthy candidate to serve me during this time. Do you swear to protect the travelers of the night and bring my vengeance to those who would do them harm?
Look,
Rise. Rise and live again as my fist of vengeance, as my Moon Knight.
So wait, what's going on?
Fear is spreading in the upper world. Unbalanced souls are being judged and condemned to the sands before their time.
See why we have to go back.
If I could send you back up there, you'd just be returning to a body with a bullet in it. You wouldn't be able to heal.
can you send word to Layla? Please help us free Khonshu.
Are you sure you want to be with Khonshu again? Seems like you really want to get away from him.
We've got to get back. And Harrow succeeds and all those people die. If Layla dies, that's on your head. It'll be all your fault. No, you can't. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Stop. Why was he bloodied before, beaten up and bloodied, and now he's not bloodied anymore? What is going on?
You're gonna have to open up to Stephen. There can be no progress without understanding. Can you do that? Can you open up to Stephen?
This is where he created the personality.
This is my room. My own remember some things, but I don't remember this.
Bloody hell. Look at the state of this place. Bet it's right out before Mum sees it.
Danger is near. Stephen Grant has no fear. You made me up.
Yeah. That's where he didn't want Steven to see that he was the made up personality.
You're not meant to see that. You're not meant to see that. That's the whole point of you. The point of me? All this time I thought I was the original. But I'm just something that you made up.
Yeah.
You've got to live a happy, simple, normal life. You understand? But it was all... What does it matter? What, you want to remember the truth? That you had a mother that beat you? That hated you? That... Hold on a minute. What's this?
It's good to see you again.
What is this? Is this some kind of test? I recognize this place. What's this?
Stephen, I'm your doctor, remember?
Oh, you're a doctor.
I'm here to help you.
Dr. Harrow, yeah? Is it?
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Strange. Little haircut. Little silly tash there. It's very Ned Flanders.
Stephen,
Ned Flanders.
now. It's
I brought us here.
after your mother passed.
Oi, don't say that. That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must.
You having a laugh as well? Because I don't want to hear it.
Stephen, I must.
You say that again. My mother is alive. You say that again, I will freak out. I
I
promise.
must be mistaken. Okay. Would you like to speak with her? What do we call her?
But you don't have a number, do you?
Yeah, we have it on file. Hold on, let me just get to.
No, actually, don't do that.
It'll take 2 seconds. It'll make you.
Don't bother her.
Hey, Dylan. Yeah.
Don't
Could you
bother
call
her.
Mrs. Gray, please?
No, she screams a call.
I
She
know,
won't
just
answer. She's afraid of telling sales
Sure,
people,
sure,
so she'll talk to you.
Sure, I'm sure. Just,
Don't do that.
okay, good. Thank you.
No, please don't do that.
It's ringing.
Don't bother her, please.
Hello, Mrs. Gray. Yes, this is Dr. Harrow. Stephen's here. He'd like to speak with you. Stephen, would you like to speak to your mother?
Mama's dead.
Hmm. Oh, that's why he was standing on the street. Oh. The third personality?
What? Oh. Bloody hell. Ah. Bollocks. Not again. Hey, Mum. Hey, you alright? Yeah, would you believe it? I am totally lost again. I don't know where I am. What an absolute muppet. No, I know I did it again. But I don't know, I'm looking down the street. Kind of looks a bit like Mayfair. I think, oh. Sorry, sorry.
This is it. Mom's death in Shiva 2 months ago. This was the moment our lives started bleeding into each other.
2 months ago.
I shouldn't have brought him in that cave. I shouldn't have brought him in the cave. You were just a child. It wasn't your fault.
The ship.
We just stopped.
The ship.
Okay.
I've never seen the gates to the world above so close. never balanced. Our journey's come to an end. I cannot stop the inevitable. I was really rooting for you guys, but the unbalanced souls with which you are now must claim yours.
Man. Damn. Nice. Oh, okay, Steven. Oh, wow. Steven fell over. No. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is crazy.
Stop the boat! Stop the boat!
The scales are balanced.
Was that the end of the episode? Oh my God. Damn. I thought that was actually a really good episode. Obviously, this was definitely all character driven, based upon Steven and Mark, mostly Mark. So we got the reveal that Mark is the original personality. Obviously, Steven is the made up personality. This was the personality that Steven used to live the childhood that he wished he had, despite his mother blaming him for the death of his brother and constantly beating him. Obviously, she abused him, didn't acknowledge his birthdays, just basically threw him out. So he created this altered personality, that had a good relationship with his mother and still believed that his mother was still alive. And this is why Mark created Steven. And this is why Mark did not want Steven to go into that room. I don't know if that's that scene that we saw there where when they were as kids and Steven shows up and starts cleaning the room before his mom comes in and starts to beat him. I wonder if he flipped back to Mark during the beating. Probably so, because obviously Steven has no recollection of his mom being so abusive. Like I mentioned, this particular episode was really heavily character driven, kind of giving us a deeper look into Mark and the reason why he created Steven. And of course, we also got the origin story as well, where they were transported back to Egypt, where all the archaeologists were murdered. Mark obviously ended up at the feet of Khonshu's statue, where he swore an oath to protect the night travelers in the name of Khonshu, and taking on the Moon Knight persona. So that was really cool to see that origin story. They kind of hinted around that origin, gave it to us loosely, and now we got to actually see it here in this particular episode. And then, of course, this hospital is actually, or seemingly, is the boat that takes you through the afterlife. And all of this is Egyptian lore, obviously, and you have the weighing of the hearts, and if the scales are balanced, you get to God, I forget the name of the fields of weeds. The hippopotamus goddess, and I forget her name. She also mentioned the gosh, my memory is failing me now. The alternate plane that we saw T'Challa go to when he seemingly passed on, and saw his father and some of the other previous kings who had passed on. She had mentioned there are several different versions or different planes that one would go to while they're passing through or on their way to the or passing through the afterlife. And she obviously mentioned that in accordance to what Mark was going through there on the boat traveling through the sands. So that was really cool and a very nice connection to Black Panther, which was really, really nice. We're still not sure if the hospital is real or not, or if this is something again in Mark's head. We also learned that Mark is dead. As she mentioned, even if she could get him back to reality or back to life, he would still have the 2 bullet holes in him. He would still be dead. And that's when they came up with this plan to let Lila know to free Khonshu so he could be resurrected. But obviously they didn't get to that point. The scales had balanced before they can get to Osiris's gate and get him back out. So we'll see if Mark is able to get back through. Obviously we lost Steven in the sands. He's basically frozen in the sand to be consumed probably by the dead who are in the sand, the unworthy who do not get to pass on as per Egyptian lore. So a really, really good episode, character-driven episode. And then, of course, it is also deep in Egyptian lore and the afterlife and what happens when you pass on, the weighing of the heart. So really, really cool stuff. I don't know how fans are going to feel about this particular episode. I watched quite a few review shows here on YouTube. One of the complaints I've heard is out of, now we're 5 episodes in, I think the actual Moon Knight character has only seen less than 2 minutes of screen time, which to me doesn't bother me as much. I'm actually really interested in what's going on with the psychosis of Mark and Steven. I think they're doing a really good job with that. But for anyone who is used to Marvel heroes and action, this particular episode might not suit anyone who was looking for that to show up here in this particular episode. But still in all, I thought it was a very solid episode. Not as good as some of the previous episodes. I thought it was a lot of exposition in this episode, but rightfully so. They're building up the character of Mark and letting us understand why he has these split personalities. We also didn't necessarily address the third personality. As a matter of fact, Mark actually remembered a lot of those people who were in that room, who he obviously killed at some point. So Mark is aware of the killing that he's done. So I don't know if we're still going to get that alter ego we saw in episode 4, where Mark and Steven were unaware of some of the havoc that they caused murdering those guys, which pointed to a possible third personality. But here in this particular episode, we get a scene where Mark does recognize a lot of the people that he's killed. There could still be something with that third personality that may get introduced in the finale here. But again, we'll have to see how that goes. So with 1 episode left, There's quite a bit to do. Obviously, a confrontation between Moon Knight and Arthur Hero. He may already have taken on the avatar for goddess that he was in search of. By the time Mark does get back to what we assume is reality, but again, we'll have to see where they take this thing for the final episode. So again, I did enjoy this episode. I'm going to go ahead and score this episode, and I'm going to give this episode an 8.0 out of 10. I did think it was a very good, solid, character-driven episode. I did enjoy the Egyptian lore and everything with the afterlife and the mentioning of the different planes, which was a connection to Black Panther. So I did enjoy all of that, and I am enjoying the acting as well. I think obviously throughout this series, Oscar Isaac has been doing a phenomenal job with balancing the two different personalities that he's playing in this particular series. And I'm very interested to see what a lot of the reviewers and critics have to say about this particular episode. I'm not sure if people are going to be as satisfied with this episode as they may have been with some of the previous episodes, or even for the series as a whole, because again, we're not getting so much of Moon Knight as we are getting a character study of Mark and Steven, and what is going on with those two particular characters. So again, I did enjoy this episode. There's a lot to enjoy, and I am looking forward to that finale next week, guys. So I do hope you do join me for the finale next week. And guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. And of course, I will see you next week, guys. Thank you so much.